I'm Tyler Rowland, and with me is somebody that's had a lot of success in the coaching profession and is now an assistant at Jackson. He coached at Ashland in the 2000s as a head coach, winning a district title in 2002. And Larry Hall, it's good to see you here. And first off, let's talk a little bit just reflecting on your time at Ashland, getting to come back to Putnam Stadium as a coach for Jackson.
It's really an awesome place to play, and I was very fortunate to be here for 4 years to be part of this and the tradition that's been here for a long, long time. And I was blessed with really some fine football players and coaches and everything, and it's just a tremendous place to play. And now the remodeling job makes it even better. It's just one of the top places there is ever to play high school football.
Mm-hmm. And looking back on your time in Ashland, it was a time it started out when, it was the talent level was a little bit down. You had 4 wins your first year, but of course you ended with a strong run with 9 wins and a district title. And when you think back to that time and some of the players you got to coach, Arliss Beach, Ryan Salyer, Grant Lane, many more, what are some of the memories that come about?
Well, like you said, when I came here, I thought a school of 500 boys, that I would have a tremendous amount of kids out for football, and we had 31. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to the Ironton game. We had 10 guys hurt. We'd only dressed 21 guys that first time at playing Ironton, and obviously it was a disaster. But we got it built up, and I think when I left here, we were around 50 kids on the varsity. And it got better every year. Everybody bought into what we were trying to do. And, again, I was blessed just with tremendous players and tremendous people. It's an old Woody Hayes thing, and you hear a lot nowadays, but you win with people, and you do. And that was one of the reasons that we were successful here and building things back up. It kind of dropped off a little bit. And so when I left, it was in good shape. We had plenty of talent, plenty of kids. The numbers were good and everything, so I was very pleased with that situation. The teaching job just got too much for me. 150 kids a day, teaching 6 periods out of 7. Just in weights after school, no in-school weight program. And it was just kind of, I guess you'd say, wore me down a little bit. And but I enjoyed it very much here. People were great to me. Dickie and Dirk and the boosters and everybody. Mark Swift was a good athletic director, and like I said, my players were just outstanding.
Mm-hmm. And I know you were recently recognized for your coaching. Talk a little bit about that, and also what you tell now to people that maybe somebody that's just entering the coaching profession.
Well, you got to like kids. You got to be dedicated to giving a tremendous amount of time. It's gotten a lot more so over the last few years. I know Andy's gone to Jackson 14 years now. He's the winningest coach in Jackson football history of over 100 years. He's got the most wins in over 100 years. He's got, I think it's 10 conference titles, 10 or like playoff appearances. We're consistently good every year, but you've got to devote a tremendous amount of time. He has weightlifting in the morning, weightlifting after school. Besides his teaching load and everything. So if you're a guy now who wants to go into it and not spend much time, it's not the right thing to do. I was very honored this spring to got an award at the State Coaches Convention for 50 years of coaching. And there was just 2 of us in the state of Ohio got an award, and there was only 8 guys got 40 years. So a whole lot of 10, 20-year guys, but, people just get burned out with it. But when I came here and people said, you get tired, kids different now? They really aren't. They really aren't. These kids want to work hard. They want somebody who cares about them, shows interest in them, and they want to be successful. And the greatest things that we get as coaches is when players come back to you and talk to you about what an influence you had on them, the positive things that they learned from you. I always call that my payday. Whenever you get that's your payday, that you've influenced these kids. I had a couple of Ashland kids have come down the last month, down to my house in Wheelersburg and talked to me. And I've had a couple of Jackson, and, of course, once in a while somebody at Wheelersburg. But that's your payday.
And as a coach, what do you think was your biggest obstacle that you overcame?
Well, when I first started coaching, this is hard to imagine. In a way, I started coaching in 1967. The school only started football in 1965. And so I got the head job in 70 because no one else wanted the job. And we ended up with 2 winning seasons in 4 years there as a head coach. And I went back to Wheelersburg. My first year I made $600 as a head football coach. And my 4th year there as a head coach, going into August, I didn't have any assistant coaches. I did all the 2-a-days by myself. We staggered the kids coming in the mornings and everything. And so I thought, I don't want to do this anymore, and that's why I came back to Wheelersburg. I got $800 as an assistant coach at Wheelersburg instead of more than I made as a head coach. So I was there, and I was fortunate to work with Ed Miller, and I became a head football coach there, and we had a great success there, won the conference championships each year, and got in the playoffs and everything. So I was very proud of what we got there, and then came up here to Ashland and everything, and then now I'm able to coach with my son at North Jackson. So it's a tremendous fun thing for me to be able to work with him and him be the head coach, and I just do whatever he needs to do. He's the boss. He's the boss. People may think I have some influence. I don't. He's got great assistant coaches, and I just go along for the ride. I enjoy every bit of it.
How did it feel like to see him come in and be able to pull something off, to see your son come in and pull just something off the magnitude of what's been done at Jackson?
I'm very, very pleased. I'm so proud of him. He is so dedicated to that community and to those kids. And they know how much he cares about them. The coaching staff all teaches there in Jackson, which is very unusual in this day and age. And those guys care about the kids too, a lot. But Andy will do anything for them, and they know it. He's got a lot of kids. I think there's, I'm thinking 18 or 20 have gone to college now that he's coached. And we had one kid go to Stanford. We had one go to the Air Force Academy. And we've had kids go to smaller schools. My grandson went to Otterbein and played. So they've been a little bit everywhere, but he puts in a lot of time, and he dedicates himself to those kids. And they know that he cares about them. They know.
Mm-hmm. And wow, and lastly, Coach, are there any shout outs you'd like to give?
Not it's hard to remember all the people. Like I said, here with the assistant coaches I had here, one thing I do have to tell a story on Dickie Martin. Dickie's such a tremendous guy and tremendous booster, and I talked about having gone from white helmets to burgundy or maroon helmets, and I guess he got the word, and he came up to me and said, do you want to do that? And I said, well, I don't want to mess things up if that's always been. He said, no, years ago they had those. And I said, well, I know it's going to cost a lot of money. He said, that's not what I said. I said, do you want to do that? And I said, well, yeah. He said, well, then by golly, we'll get it done. And he did. And Dickie gets things done. And I just saw the press box in his honor, which is certainly meaningful and deserving, and all which had nothing to do with coaching, but just a tremendous backer and supporter and everything for this community and everything. But as I said, I enjoyed my time here. Didn't have anything bad go wrong. There was nothing, nobody pushed anything negative. Mm-hmm. Everything was positive here. In fact, I've been fortunate everywhere I've been that I've gotten good results out of everybody. I've not had any confrontations with parents and stuff. And, people get into that now. You hear people say, oh, the parents are on you and this and that. Bottom line to that is, which helps stop that. And I don't know why more coaches don't do it. Well, we do. I did it at Wheelersburg, and I did it up here. If coaches would just let kids challenge for position, you always get this, well, he's only playing because of who he's related to, or his dad's a big booster, or mom's this and that. So what we do, and he's at Jackson, if a kid thinks he's better than the other kid, hey, we challenge you. You go one-on-one. We'll see. Everybody gets to watch it and get to see. And if the kid's better, he gets to play. He gets to start. The other kid can get his position back, but challenging again. All right, that stops all the complaining by the parents of the only reason he's playing because of who he is. That eliminates all that. That's eliminated. So that's never an issue, and that takes a lot of pressure off. And then I think, again, when the players know that you really care about them, that you care what they do and how they do in their lives, and you intervene in their situations or the home situations, you're not going to have problems. And the kids appreciate that. I mean, who doesn't care about, we all care about somebody who loves us and go to bat for us. Everybody. That's human nature. And so when you find a coach that will do that for you, and I feel like that in my career I was able to do that with kids and have an influence on them personally, and And even now as assistant, sometimes there's a kid here or there that maybe I can help a little bit. And so that's the joy you get out of it. Wins and losses are games I can even remember ever playing the games over the years. Don't remember a thing about them. Don't know the scores, but you remember the players. You always remember the players. You don't forget them. You just don't.
That's very well said, Coach. And we thank you for your time today and, of course, for everything you've done in the profession. And be sure to stay tuned. We'll have more interviews coming up here on this episode of Rolling Sports. And be sure to check out the channel. We'll have highlights, interviews, and, of course, some clips as well. We thank you for watching this episode of Rolling Sports, where you meet the athletes.